activities around other embassies and consulates throughout the region.
Now we're getting a greater picture of what actually went on here, Andy. I mean, we, of course, went into Libya. It was a President Obama decision, not approved by Congress. There were all sorts of warnings about the risks of doing that. Who exactly were we helping? Were we creating a power vacuum into which al-Qaeda-affiliated groups could step? And now we find out that there were concerns by our intel officials on the ground of exactly that in the months leading up to this attack, that even the ambassador himself had concerns about the rising threat of al-Qaeda and whether he was on an al-Qaeda hit list, that in March and June, according to Eric Nordstrom, the former chief security officer for our diplomats in Libya, they requested more security and they got no response from this administration. That we had 2 prior attacks on the Benghazi consulate, both in April, a month after the first request for security was ignored, and then in June. And the pictures show the consulate with a huge hole being blown through the wall around it, and so it was clear that they were not safe. In the wake of all that, we get attacked. The ambassador gets murdered, 3 others get murdered, Andy. And then, as you know, 5 days later, Ambassador Rice, our UN ambassador, goes on all the Sunday talk shows and says this was all about a protest that we now know never took place. And the question now, in the wake of all of this, with State Department saying we never believed it was about a protest, that didn't come from us, is who told Susan Rice to go on the Sunday talk shows and say that? In your experience, who would have given such marching orders to the UN ambassador?